Hi guys, it's your very from later. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. And you can follow me on Instagram from Africa to South America and leave your comment in the comment section. Yes, so I haven't posted any video for you guys in about 2 days now. It's because I am trying to take care of my other channel, which is my Portuguese version of YouTube. Like I said, it's for my Brazilian people, so I have to also share a lot with them too as well. So here, my channel, like I said, my content has changed a bit, which is about comparing and also sharing my experience about Brazil with you guys. So let me quickly dive into this particular content with you guys. So basically, the comment about owning a car appears under my comment section. So I decided to do a bit of a content about owning a car here in Brazil. This particular car was my first car when I started thinking about owning a car or using a car in Brazil. And this particular white one here was my second car. It is actually a Peugeot 408. Okay, it is a Peugeot 408 sedan. And the reason why I'm doing this video is to let you understand that living here in Brazil is simply one of the best things to do. Should in case you want to retire, should in case you want to relocate and then live with your family, or maybe look for a place where life can be a bit comfortable. And the reason why I'm simply doing this video is to talk a little bit about this. Where I come from Ghana. So Ghana, basically in Ghana, you cannot simply wake up and say, I want to own a car or even own a bicycle. You understand? I understand this video is a very old video that I did, and I decided to use it to talk a little bit about how the life is out here in Brazil, should in case you want to compare it to some other places. Okay, so basically, I like comparing Brazil to my country of origin, which is Ghana. So in Ghana, you cannot simply buy or own a very simple car like this particular one that I am inside. It is Peugeot 408. The first one was, Opel. It was an Opel Corsa. Okay, the first one was Opel Corsa, and this particular one is Peugeot. And I bought these cars basically when I was not making so much money. Okay, I was simply making a minimum wage, not too much. So I was able to start using a car. I would have started using car earlier, but then I wasn't able to start using car because I didn't have a Brazilian driver's license. You understand? So I decided simply to wait until I get my driver's license so that I can so that I can simply buy a car. All right, so buying a car here in Brazil didn't give me any tough time at all. So like I said, I simply bought my first car even at the time that I was making a minimum wage. So this Peugeot, the white one, was a Peugeot, and then my third car was simply this Mercedes-Benz, this black Mercedes-Benz. It is Mercedes-Benz C180, okay, C180 tube. So this was my third car. Okay, this was simply my third car. So if I were to be in Ghana, I wouldn't have been able to buy a car with a regular salary. You understand, like regular salary. I wouldn't have been able to buy a car with a regular salary. But here in Brazil, I was able to buy cars, like change cars. And this one that I am now using, it's also Opel, but we call it Opel Meriva because it is a minivan And
Uma das
the
coisas
reason
que é
why I
curioso é que
even
tem muita gente que
bought
faz
this
isso.
particular
Não tem coragem
minivan was
de
because
levar o carrinho embora depois que
I
termina
thought
as
maybe
compras, sabe?
now
Aí o
that I
mercado
have
tem
big
que
family,
gastar
I
com um
have to
recolhedor
start
de
using
carrinho,
a bit more of a family
né?
car. Okay, so that
Mas
is
não custa
when
nada, né?
I
Você pegar o
simply
carrinho,
decided
colocar
to
lá no
buy
lugar
this particular
de volta.
minivan,
Mas o povo não tem
and
paciência para isso,
yeah,
não.
and
E
it's
você?
it's
Você coloca o
quite
carrinho no
reliable
lugar
and
ou
very
não?
good because we have
Eu
even used
costumo
it
levar o meu carrinho
to
de volta,
travel to
mas,
different cities
né?
and states
Cada um com
and
seu cada um.
enjoy our time on
Hoje tá um dia
like on
nublado.
vacation and stuff like that. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, you living
Tá
in
bom.
Brazil, even when
Anuar já
you are
tá
making
aqui,
a
dá a mão
minimum
pra
wage,
mamãe, não pode
for
sair, a
you to
mão.
own a piece of car or a
Agora
car
a
or
mima.
any type of gadget is
Cadê a
not
mima, papai?
that
Papai ali preparando o
difficult at all. It's
microfone. Vamos,
never
papai, que tá
difficult.
frio.
Unless maybe you are the kind of person who
Estou
have
preparando o microfone.
higher expenditure. You understand? You are the kind of person who spends a lot. So you can just
Você quer
tell
sentar?
the first car
Mas
that
esse não
you
tem
saw,
cadeira,
which was
filho. Como
the
é que você vai
Opel
sentar?
Corsa.
No running,
I
wait.
bought that
Vamos
one
pegar um com
when
cadeira
I was
ali?
simply. So yeah, basically, if you are making minimum wage, you can own a car. Okay, you can own a car. You can buy cheap cars. You know, like you can just own a car. If you are talking about owning a car, making a minimum wage, you can simply own a car. It's not something that is difficult to have. So when you come to Brazil, you can simply come across a whole lot of people who consider themselves to be poor people, but they own cars, and you know, they eat at McDonald's. They like they do all kind of basic stuff that if you go to the so-called first world countries, you do here in Brazil is extra more available for anybody who is simply making what do you call it, a minimum wage. You know? So what I'm trying to say here is, it doesn't matter the kind of salary you make. Here there is more. There are more privileges out here for you as somebody who is coming to retire, or who is planning to come and live here like the way I am living here in Brazil. What I'm trying to say is simply, there is more for you in store. You understand? The reason why some people cannot buy is because they have a lot of things to do. Some people, when they come, they want to send money to their families every month. Like I always say, each one comes from a different family. You understand? There is somebody who wants to be a superman to his family or her family. So when they come, when they leave their country of origin and they come, they have bigger expectations. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if they are not able to do the superhero thing, like sending money to their families, you know, showing that they are living abroad, then it becomes a big deal for them. So here, it's very simple to simply own a car. You don't really have to be making so much money to be able to own a car. You can simply own a car even when you are making a minimum wage. You can still own a car if you are doing a regular job. You can still own a car even if you are one ordinary guy who, you know, like, is just an ordinary guy. You can still own a car. So when you come to Brazil, basically what I'm trying to say is, life here is just like living in the first world countries, like the countries that people call first world. You understand? Yes, people like US, Europe, blah, blah, blah. Brazil is just like those countries. When you come here, you can walk into McDonald's and eat. You can walk into KFC and eat. You can walk into any restaurant and simply eat. Even when you are a poor man, in my other video, I said what? Even a poor man who is on the street, who doesn't have a place to sleep, The ordinary place they go for grocery shopping is a what? It's a big supermarket. So you go to the supermarket, everybody goes there to buy stuff. You understand? Regardless of your status, if you are poor or you are rich or you are even somebody who is on the street, a homeless person or something, you can still walk into a supermarket to simply buy yourself some groceries without any problem. So it is simply not simple or easy to know who is really poor or who is really rich. When you first get here, it will take you time for you to start seeing those kind of differences. But that doesn't mean that Brazil is simply a poor country or something. Here there are a lot of jobs, and here the basic necessities here, it's meant for everybody. In your house, what the rich man has in his house, you might also have the same thing. You have the privilege to use that same thing. It's just that maybe the rich man might like to buy something a bit more upgraded, but even though it is upgraded, it will still do what you have as a cheap stuff at home. It will still do the same thing. So me living here in Brazil, something, I'm doing this video because of the comment that I had about owning a car here. I just want you to understand that owning a car here is a piece of shit. You understand? It's not something that is difficult to get, or it's not something that is difficult to own, or it's not something that is difficult to buy a car. If you are living here in Brazil and you are making minimum wage, you can still own a car. Like I said, my first car, the Opel Corsa that you saw in the beginning of the video, I simply bought that car when I was making a minimum wage. So all depends on you as the person, regardless of how much you make or the kind of job you do. If you are a person who really want to do something, you can still do it. You can do it because here there are a lot of privileges. Like I said, you can simply own a car, you can buy a property and be paying it in installment, and talking about the basic stuff like electricity at home, internet at home, and other things, you can simply own it too as well. You can also have it, and it is normal here, and they are not expensive. You understand? So where I come from, Ghana, it's not easy for you to own a car. It's not easy for you to have a regular electricity. It's not easy for you to have a regular internet. I will still come back to do a special video about that because now I don't want to be doing long videos. So in conclusion of whatever I want to say, here in Brazil, owning a car is possible for everybody because even the poor people on the street own cars. You understand? So it doesn't matter how much you make, what is your salary, you are making minimum wage, or you are not making enough, you can still own a car. So guys, it's your boy, the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share the channel, leave your comment in the comment section, follow me on Instagram from Africa to South America, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye bye.